So YouTube, I am back again, and the saga continues. So if you followed any of my videos, especially original posts, I purchased this vehicle with an aftermarket head unit. I did a lot of bypasses, with the amplifier. I had issues with the thermostat as well as issues with the dash, which I've been able to rectify. But then I found that, or at least I thought, the navigation unit was not responding. Well, I went on eBay and I purchased this used navigation system. I actually got it for a really good deal, $125, which I'm not upset at, because when you sell a car, if you have aftermarket, I'm a firm believer that you also want the original OEM equipment, because you don't know what type of buyer is going to be looking at your vehicle. So I wasn't really upset. I purchased this mainly for the navigation unit. Well, it turns out that the navigation unit was not my issue. If you see here on this screen is my original navigation, which I tested the one that came from eBay. It worked after retrieving the code. I already had the radio code for my previous navigation. I said, let me just take it apart. It's only 4 bolts, screws, and let me connect it, and voila. So my navigation unit was functioning. It just was, I did not have a radio code. Now, what I'm not sure of is if you don't have the radio code, if it's just the radio that's affected, or if everything that the navigation unit displays is affected. I will find that out. But again, back to the original post that I did when the aftermarket unit was installed. They had to kind of retrofit a circuit board that would go into the aftermarket Alpine unit to display this. And so I'm actually glad I only spent $125. I'm not upset. I know I can turn around, especially having a radio code for this navigation, and probably get double what I paid, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to hold on to it. But now I am on the belief that it is this circuit board that is not working. Now, this is a GBS 8200. What this is a gaming board. This converts the VGA signal output so that, again, what you're seeing displaying on the factory monitor would be displayed on an external one. The external being the Alpine unit that I have installed. Now, I'm not too upset at this because, unfortunately, there's trial and error with this vehicle. There's only one way to diagnose it, and it's piece by piece. This circuit board is actually on Amazon for $30, or I can purchase it on eBay for $16, which I do plan on doing. If that turns out to be the problem, I'm going to be very excited. But worst case scenario, I do have the original equipment, and I will be able to reinstall all the factory speakers, which I don't want to do. I want to keep the aftermarket Alpine head unit that I do have with Apple CarPlay. So, but again, the worst case is I will have to use this factory head unit, which, again, look at the screen. It's not in bad shape at all. So I kind of wanted to update you on what's going on now. I'm going to actually waiting on this board to come in. I'll test it, see if everything works out. Now, the one issue I am having with this is, and I don't know, maybe this is an issue that requires flashing, because that's kind of where my mind continues to go to. But when I go to the car setup, okay, and then because my door locks, none of them lock with the key fob, nor does the trunk open with the electronically. And I'm always afraid of, especially since I found that still the gas tank behind the seat, if that trunk latch goes, I can't get into this car, which is going to be a problem. But when I click on door lock and I try to make the changes, it's not allowing me to. When I click the enter button, it's not allowing me to. So I'm wondering if there's something else going on with this that that I'm unaware of. Now, maybe once I button this thing all up, it'll work the way it does. Maybe there's something wrong with this enter button. I'm thinking that too. But the enter button seems to work for everything else, right? When I go to car setup and press enter, it goes to the door lock screen and so forth and so on. So if anyone has any comments or suggestions on what maybe needs to be done, now I don't have everything hooked up either. There are a bunch of wires that I still have not. The main harness is attached, but there are a couple other wires or harnesses that aren't attached. Maybe that's again giving me some issues, but kind of wanted to update you on where I am with this. And as soon as I figure exactly out what's going on, I will definitely let you know. So again, YouTube, I appreciate you. I'm working on this car diligently. I'm trying to get this thing fixed, and once I do, I will definitely let you know my findings. So until we meet again.